understand the grouping and joining in Pandas. Now, first of all, let us understand what is grouping. Grouping actually is used to group some of the columns together for aggregating. Okay, just useful for the aggregation, such as calculating sum, mean, standard deviation, and such aggregation functions. So, grouping is very simple in Pandas. We simply should be able to use one function which is called group by. Okay, how to use this group by? Let us take an example. But the syntax is things data frame, the identifier of the data frame dot group by. After the group by, you just need to pass the parameter that is the column name that you want to group by dot agg function. What is the aggregation function such as sum or mean? I'm going to give you an example through which it will completely be demonstrated. Now, we just want to group by a single column. How we will be able to do it? Let us understand how we will be able to group by a single column. Now, let us take this sample data frame. In this data frame, we have three columns. One is department, one more is employee, one more is salary. Department is HR, two HRs, two ITs, one finance. Okay, in HR, Alice is working, Bob is working. In IT, Charlie is working, David is working. But in finance, only Eve is working. And their respective salaries are 50,000, 60,000, 75,000, 80,000, and 58,000. Now, what I'll do is just I'll pass this data frame. I just have created data frame. The name is data, in which this data, I'm going to create a data frame. PD.dataFrame is equal to data. This data, which is a what you call dictionary, has actually been passed into. Now the data frame name is DF. Okay, this dictionary, I just have created a data frame. Okay, by using the dictionary. Now this data frame will have several rows and columns. Now I want to adjoin them by grouping. What I'll do is I'll say df.group by department and salary. Now, what I'll do is by the departments, I want to calculate the mean of the salary. What I will get? Departments average salary will be printed. Finance average salary is 58,000. HR's average salary is 55,000 and IT's average salary is 77,500. This is the average salary. Now here, of course, what else will get printed? The column name that gets printed, the data type that is used also printed when you use group by and you used an aggregate function. Here the aggregation function is mean. Okay. Now we'll also be able to group by the multiple columns. What I'll do is I want to add a new column to the data frame. What I am using is in my data frame, I'm creating a gender column. A new column will get added. This gender will be F, M, 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 F. Their respective genders will be added. I'll show you right now how it just looks. I will look at this data frame in which earlier we have only these three columns in which I have added a gender column. Okay, every person has actually been added to their respective gender. A respective gender is added to the every person. Okay, now data frame is added with a new gender. Okay, right then what I'll do is I just am grouping my data frame by two columns. One is department and one more is gender. Okay, department, gender, and I'm going to take the salary.sum. Earlier, what I used only department's salary.mean. This is only one single column. This single column salary.mean, this column's average salary will be computed. Now here what am I doing? I'm taking two departments. The syntax is very simple. Syntax is group by will have to have one parameter. That parameter that you're passing should be enclosed in the normal braces. After which the aggregation function, what you have to calculate, it has to be, you need to use the angular brackets. Are we clear? This is the normal brackets in which you just are going to pass the column name. Right then, for this column name, what you want to calculate? Salary average you want to calculate. For that, what you need to do? The next column for which you just need to calculate the average, you should put in a, angular braces. Salary, okay, write out You just need to say mean. What will happen? That mean of that salary will get printed with respect to the column department. But here what I'm doing is I just am taking two columns. So what I'll do is in the same brackets, I need to specify two columns. Okay. Each column should be, sorry, excuse me, two columns. Each column should be specified within the quotations. First one is department, comma, and again, second one is here, gender. Are we clear? Now, write out what I need to do. I just need to say salary, as you already knew, dot sum. Sum is the another aggregation function in which we're going to calculate the sum. Just a minute. Sum. How exactly it is going to work? I will show you. Now, what will be the result after grouping? Here the thing is, in finance, there is one female, the salary is 52,000. In HR, there is a female, the salary is 50,000. But in HR, there is a male, the salary is 48,000. But in IT, there are two people, their sum salary is 1,15,000. Okay, so understand. In finance, F, only Eve works in finance, so her salary is 52,000. So Eve works in finance. In finance, there is only one guy, that is so this the total salary is 50,000. Now, and again, in HR, two people works. Okay, Elias and David. Both of these people, HRF, sorry, female. According to female, only one female. I did not observe the gender. Yeah, in HR, only one female works. Her salary is 50,000. In HR, David is the only male. His salary is 48,000 because we also are grouping by the gender, right? According to the gender, we're going to calculate gender and a name. Now, but in IT, there are two people by the same gender. Okay. For this, the total of these two salaries will be 60,000 plus 55,000. Total 1,15,000. Why? Because here we are grouping by the gender salary. Okay. Name and gender. We are grouping by the name and gender. For the name and gender, we are calculating total salary. So here, what will... Yeah. Beg your pardon. We are grouping by department and salary. Yeah. Once again, we are grouping by department and gender. Okay. These two must match. Right then, what will get calculated? Salaries. Sum will get calculated. Now, as I told you, in finance, only Eve works, total is 52,000. HR, only Alice works in HR as female, her salary is 50,000. In HR, only one male, his salary is 48,000. In IT, there are two males, which is 1,15,000. So this is how you are going to use the aggregate functions. Okay, this is the output. Applying the multiple aggregations also, you'll also be able to specify multiple aggregations. You also want to calculate mean as well as a sum. At that time, what you need to do, there is a syntax in which you need to use the normal braces, in which you need to use the angular braces. At that time, the function should be separated by comma. Okay, right then, both will get printed. Here, we are grouping department salary. For the departments, the salaries mean as well as the sum. Okay. For the finance, mean is 58,000, sum is 58,000. HR, mean is 55,000, sum is 1,10,000. For IT, mean is 77,500, sum is 1,55,000. Now let us see how joining is going to be done in Pandas. Joining is just a kind of a merging. is another name. Simply, in the simple terms, the bottom line is joining is just nothing but merging. But rather than directly merging two data frames, we will be able to merge them by several techniques, such as inner join, left join, right join, and the outer join. So how we will be able to join by using the several techniques in Pandas? Let us understand. Now, the syntax of joining is merge, and several techniques of joining is inner join, left join, right joining, and outer join. And the syntax is we are going to specify the left data frame, right data frame, in which we also need to specify on which column we want to join. That is this parameter. Final parameter is how we want to join. There are several ways to join, that is left, right, outer, and inner. But by default, the left join will be the joining technique that is used. If you do not give, by default, it will be the left joining. But understand how this is going to be done, how joining is going to be done. Now, for which, let me create two data frames. I just have created one data frame. That data frame is employees. It has two columns. One is employee and a department. That is LIs. In the first data frame, I have LIs, Bob, Charlie, and a David. The departments are HR, HR, IT, IT. When it comes to data frame 2, LIs, Bob, Charlie, Eve. Now here, three are matching with the previous one. One is out. One is not matching with the previous data frame. But their respective salaries are 50,000, 60,000, 75,000, and 58,000. Now, how will I be able to merge these two data sets, join these two data sets by various techniques? I will show you by this example. When you have created the first data frame, this is the first data frame that you can visualize. Okay, Elias, Bob, Charlie, and David with their respective, departments. Now, I just want to add some salary information. In the salary information, for the salary information, I just have created one more data frame in which there is one addition called Eve. Eve was not present in the previous data frame. Now, I would like to add them. So once after you created this, this is what the data frame that has been created. Now I want to perform the inner join. What exactly is the inner join? Inner join actually is going to hold the matching rows only in the matching values only in the each data frame by the column that you have specified. How? On employee, only the matching values will be kept. I just will show you here. What is the inner join? The inner join, as I told you, it just keeps only the rows that have matching keys in both data frames. Now, how it actually is going to work? See, the result of inner join will be Alice, Bob, Charlie. Okay. On what? On employee, what have we created? Alice, salary, Bob, HR, salary, and Charlie, IT, salary will be kept. Why? Because Alice, Bob, Charlie appear in both DF1 and DF2, so they included in the result. But David is included only in the first data frame, so he is ignored. Eve is included only in the second data frame, he is ignored. So that is what an inner join. The next thing is inner. I already told you about left, inner. Now let us talk about the left join. How the left join is going to match. Includes all the rows from the left frame. Left frame here is data frame 1. What is data frame 1? I'm going to show you. This is data frame 1, right? Alice, Bob, Charlie, and David will be the first data frame. Right data frame is Alice, Bob, Charlie, and Eve. Here, how the left join is going to work. For the left join, same thing. pd.merge. Here, what we are joining? df1, df2. On which column? Employee column. How? We are going to keep only the left. Okay. So what is the result? We just are going to print the left join. Once again, left join is a merged data frame in which we just have merged two data frames on employee and a left join. Now, what will be the output? The output is Alice, Bob, Charlie, David. Just if you can see, all the left employees are kept. Departments have been kept. But the thing is, with respect to David, salary is not available. So he is in the salary column, there is filled NAN, and in which when you see the right data frame, in the right data frame, there is something called Eve. Eve actually is not present in the left data frame. So she actually is ignored. This is called left join. Similarly, when you say right, obviously, how? It will be right. The rest of all the columns will be the same. Rest of all the parameters will be the same. We're adjoining DF1 and DF2 on employee and how? Right. So here, all the employees on the right data frame will be included. So Li's, Bob, Charlie, E will be included. Their departments have also been included. But in the department, which actually was present in the left data frame, there is no value for Eve. So it's been filled with NAN. Okay, in the right data frame, there is no David. David has actually been excluded, right? So this is how right join works. And outer join. What is outer join? Outer join merges all the values in both data frames. If there is any corresponding value is missing, in that corresponding value, we just are going to put NAN. How? Here we're going to put outer here. So here everyone will get included. Okay. And every column will get included. Are we clear? But in which, for the David, there is no salary. For the Eve, there is no department. This is how join is going to work. Thank you.